Well, Autumn 19 is a very particular season for us. We're doing 3 Singspiels, and Singspiel just means that it's a play with music. It proposes the question, why do the people sing? What extra emotional or narrative intensity does singing give to talking? And what's the relationship between talking and singing in terms of expressiveness? I've wanted to do the Silver Lake, Der Silbersee of Kurt Weill. It feels like forever because to me it's Weill's masterpiece. To get a chance to do this piece alongside a really perfect piece like Mozart's Seraglio that isn't done all that often. I thought that it gave 2 very different nights, 2 very different kinds of entertainment, even though they're explorations of the same genre for audiences. And I thought that people could go to both nights and have a really good night out in a totally different way. So I think we've got 2 incredible winners on the main stage, and also alongside a brand new one that we perform for young people, which is called Laika the Space Dog, which has got talking and music, words by Tim Eland and music by Russell Hepplewhite. This is performed in schools. To me, it was a perfect blend of them, where words and music moved seamlessly one into the other.
This opera is all about the clash of cultures. It's about love and forgiveness and tolerance. So it's a really universal theme, and the notion of tolerance now, I suppose, in our current climate, and tolerance between cultures is obviously very relevant. We are dealing with the 17th, 18th century, and in fact we've set it in the 16th century, in the great sort of time of Suleiman the Magnificent. The main principal Turkish character is the Pasha, and he's played by an actor, and all the other characters are singers. It's a very interesting dynamic between the 2 groups. So it's 2 different styles working together, but really and truly I think there's a lot of cross-fertilization. So the Pasha starts to feel and learn and understand about the music, and the singers start to really pick up from him all sorts of wonderful details in their acting, particularly in the delivery of the dialogue.
What's special about Seraglio is it was Mozart's first attempt to bring together the very, very best of a serious operatic style in the Italian manner with a much more down-to-earth German style based on the popular theatre. And he splices these 2 things together in order to create something that's more than the sum of its parts.
Constanza has 2 arias back to back that show a wide range of emotions. It's a great emotional journey. We go from the first aria where she's being prepared for an evening with the Pasha that she doesn't want to have. So she's singing of her grief and torment and longing for Belmonte to come and rescue her. And then it all becomes too much, and we have this amazing, exciting aria filled with fiendishly difficult coloratura phrases, and she's really passionate and defiant, saying, "Do what you want with me, and I'll survive and he will rescue me." She's so certain of her fate in that moment.
When Weill worked with Georg Kaiser on Silver Lake, he was given a little more opportunity to have his own say on what role the music played. And he opted for a more, if you like, vocally challenging style of piece. So it would take either actors with very, very good singing voices, or singers with very good acting experience, because this is a play as well as a piece of musical theatre. The whole piece is very integrated, and it has musical ideas, which little motifs, little sort of phrases, which can be reused and reworked and extended and changed around, which gives the whole score a wonderful sense of architecture, along with this extreme diversity of style. So it's an immensely fascinating piece to work on, and I'm loving it. personally?
It's a very timely tale. It's well, timely and also timeless, because it's all about class conflicts. Well, Fenimore is a character who goes through quite a fascinating transformation in the course of the show. She's just a poor relation who's being schlepped from house to house and has never in her life felt appreciated or in any way useful. And through making friends with Severin, who is a former homeless man he's kind of her equal in a way. He's not somebody that's going to look down on her. He's somebody that speaks to her as a friend. Fenimore finds that she can actually, for the first time in her life, be useful, and this sort of ignites her into becoming this almost mystical, powerful person who really does change the course of the opera. I think that's a wonderful range of emotions that I get to portray.
One of the things I'm most looking forward to is working with all the choirs around the country who are going to be coming on stage with us. To know that English Touring Opera does such a fantastic work with outreach especially, and knowing that it could be that person's first time on stage is a really very special thing for us to share with them, so that's really exciting for me. This is my debut with English Touring Opera, my first time touring with them. And I can't wait. There's so many wonderful parts of this country to see. To take Weill's music around the country as well is very special. Someone came up to me recently and said, "You're coming to Lancaster, that's amazing, Kurt Weill's music in Lancaster." And I said, yes, be there.
It's a tale about morality, making your mind up about what is right, what should happen in a situation where someone goes into a shop and steals a pineapple. This person's very hungry, but the thing that they steal is a pineapple, which kind of doesn't quite make sense. But it's about how then a policeman gets his head around that situation and whether or not that actually was a crime, and whether or not he can then help the person who's Severin, who's stolen the pineapple.
I think one of the features of this season is that it will have a real appeal not only to opera lovers, but to younger people who may have been thinking about trying opera, or who may even be surprised by the idea of going to opera, but who'd have a great night if they came. And in order to facilitate that, we've got an under 35 scheme working in a number of our venues, which will provide a number of tickets at £5 only for those under 35. I think people often think of these schemes as being for people who are under 18 or under 26. But let's face it, if you're under 35, you may not have an awful lot of cash to throw around. It's really important for us that young people have an opportunity to try opera and to be pleased by it, maybe before that time when they're a little bit tied down and they can't go to opera on a regular basis, but that they have a really good memory of it and they'll decide to go back when they have the opportunity.